Our teaching tax flow process is committed to legally and ethically reducing the tax you pay in your lifetime. One of the core components of that is our tax planning implementation process, and understanding that tax planning implementations can be broken down into 3 different buckets. The first bucket are behavioral implementations. This means that you're maybe shifting income from one entity to the other, from one person to the other, maybe from a brokerage account into a retirement account. And the cash flow for these type of implementations is zero. The money is still staying within your ecosystem, within your entities, within your personal portfolio of assets. The tax flow, meaning the legal and ethical tax reduction, is typically low to medium for these type of implementation types. And the duration is a year-by-year event. So 1 year you might do a certain amount of behavioral tax planning implementations. The next year you might do more or less, but it's a 1 year-to-year commitment. The second bucket are tax-advantaged investments. Now, these tax-advantaged investments do require a larger amount of cash flow, which basically tax cash deployment. And that's typically, for most, are going to be $100,000 or more for each type of tax-advantaged investment. Now, the tax flow, meaning the tax reduction, is typically higher than a behavioral bucket, and I would say at about a medium amount. In general, about 25 to 35% of your cash deployed into a tax-advantaged investment would be the tax reduction in the first year. The duration of these type of investments are typically long-term, and the returns on that investment are typically long-term, meaning much more than 1 year. The third bucket, tax mitigation strategies. Tax mitigation strategies typically require a low to medium cash flow. On average, $50,000 is the minimum amount, and that goes up from there. The tax flow is the highest of the 3 buckets. And then the duration is just a 1-year event. So your total return typically always comes in the first year of the implementation, where with tax advantage investments, the return is going to be over several years. So those are our 3 buckets of tax planning implementations. Remember, you could very well have implementations in a given year in all or one of those buckets. And from year to year, your implementations could change. Have a great day.